Let's connect to see who's Miriam, okay? And I made some notes here so I won't forget. So Miriam first is mentioning in the Torah in the name of Puah. And if you remember when Pharaoh had a decree to throw every boy to the Nile, Puah was one of the midwives that were standing there and fighting Pharaoh and did not want to do that. She didn't care for her life, but she was saving the kids. Okay, she did not follow after Pharaoh decree to throw all the boys, and she used to hide them, and she just didn't agree. So she will stand up, she will stand up for the king of Egypt. That's, you can already see the courage right from the beginning. You can see the courage of Miriam. Now, yeah. So from Miriam, Bezalel, Bezalel came from Miriam, and if you remember, Bezalel is the 12-year-old that built the tabernacle, just with the power of the mind. So you see also that the generation of Miriam is very, very powerful. Another person that Miriam was fighting with was her dad, because when Pharaoh gave the decree that every boy should be thrown into the Nile, the father that was one of the leaders of the generation left his wife Yocheved because he didn't want to bring boys. They were afraid for the children. I don't think there was any birth control back then, right? So they didn't want to kill their children. So he divorced his wife, and because he was a leader, other men left their wives. So there was a lot of breaking up, in the nation of Israel. And Miriam, she came to her father and she said, and she said, פרעה הרשע, ספק מתקיימת גזרתו וספק אינם. One second. אבא, קשה גזרתך יותר משל פרעה. The decree the deed that you did is much worse than what Pharaoh did. Because Pharaoh killed all the boys, and you are killing all the boys and all the girls, so you eliminating from that nation to grow. And she was the one who stand up for her father after he divorced his wife, and then he came back to his wife Yocheved, and from that, reunion, Moses was born. And because he was the leader again, so many other men, took their wife back. So you see how, she was very young, and how she was not afraid to stand up for anything she believed in. And it's wonderful, She was a prophet from a very young age, because she told her dad that from him and his mom, the one who's going to redeem the people of Israel will come. So when how does it say exactly? Oh, 1 second. So when the father, after 3 months that Moses was sent to the Nile, with the teva, with a little box of wood, right? He sent into the Nile. Her father was tapped on her head, and he says, Miriam, where is your prophecy? And then her mom just tapped on their head, and she said, Miriam, where is your prophecy? They didn't really believe her. They were disappointed. Like she said, she's a prophet, right? And she didn't mind. She was standing there. If you remember in the story of Genesis, she was standing in the Niles, and she didn't let go. She didn't let her eyes go from that box that Moses was. And she's the one who went to Batia, the daughter of Paro, and find her. She said, I know that you need someone to breastfeed the baby. Let me go find someone for you. And then she called her mom, and then Moses came back home for a while until he finished to breastfeed. And we know that it takes a long time back then, a few years. Okay? So you see along the way, how Miriam is very strong. She is a prophet. And okay, let's see what else it's saying here about her. 3 פרנסים טובים. But she was there for the women, because we always talk about Moses and Aaron being there for the men, right? Because usually the men will come to Moses and Aaron to ask questions, and she was there for the women. So she was the leader for the women, and she's the one who guided them, and she's the one who gave advice, and she's the one who took care of all the women in the Israel. And of course the well of Miriam was there because of her. Yeah. So everybody who's really touching the well of Miriam, which today the sages say that it's in the Kinneret in Tiberias in Israel, not the entire Kinneret, but some place in the Kinneret, and there's some people, I don't know if someone knows that today actually. I don't think that we have any righteous person who knows where is the well of Miriam exactly in the Kinneret. So you see, it says that Miriam died in a kiss. Okay, she didn't suffer at all. And the sages are saying here that Miriam died in the same portion of the Red Heifer, because we're going to talk a little bit about the Red Heifer, because the Red Heifer had the ability to pure. And Miriam had that energy of healing. And also by connecting to the well of Miriam, I wish we would know where it is, right? People can heal. People can heal. It says here, every illness, no matter what illness it is, if we would know where the well of Miriam today, people will be able to heal. So Miriam has the energy of healing, courage, prophecy, very special. And by the way, there is one stain on Miriam, and when she was talking lashon hara, evil speech, we call it, like about Moses, but we really know that Miriam didn't really talk about Moses. She really cared for him. She cared because he didn't, she wanted him to have a bigger family and to stay with his wife, because Moses left his wife because of his job, right? And all Miriam wanted, and she said it to Moses, to Moshe, she said it to him, I just want you to have a bigger family. I want you to have children that will continue your path. So she would really care. And it's important to know, and that's it. I think Miriam, very, very special, like I said, and I wanted to dedicate that time for her. We are reading from the Zohar, the portion of Chukat, Samech 62, okay? In 62. בואו ראה, בשעה שאמר הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה, come and behold. At the time when the Creator told Moses that Aaron needs to leave the world, okay, נחלש כוחו. The strength of his body left him, like he was with no power. וידע שנשבר זרוע ימין, and he knew that his right arm is broken. That he's the chesed, because Aaron was right column, right, because he was chesed, right? He was a priest. ונזדעזע כל גופו, and all his body was shaking. Right? The Zohar is really describing here that Moses, he took it really, really, really bad. כיוון שאמר, קח את אהרון ואת אלעזר בנו, אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא, משה, הרי זרוע אחד השאלתי לך. Because the Creator told Moses, here, Elazar, the son of Aaron, will come with you. He says, I'm borrowing, or I'm lending you another arm, right arm. And you should take the clothes from Aaron. And then Aaron left. ואהרון יאסף, הרי אלעזר יהיה אצלך יד ימין. And Elazar will be your right hand, just like his father. ואם כל זה לא מילא מקום בזמן ההוא כאביו, שהרי ענני יקר נסתלקו ולא חזרו אלא בזכות משה. Also the cloud disappeared, because Aaron was the one who brought the cloud. Remember the cloud that watched the people of Israel in the desert for 40 years? But after Aaron died, the cloud came back because of Moses, not because of Elazar. Elazar, his son, Aaron's son, because he didn't have that power. Okay? Now, I'm making a stop here. The Midrash, okay, the sages are saying that the people of Israel, because Moses went with Aaron and Elazar to the mountain, and then he came back, and Aaron did not come back with them. So the people of Israel wanted to stone Moses because they thought that Moses killed him. They literally thought that Moses killed him. But the Zohar is fixing here something. And the Zohar is not saying what the Midrash is saying. The Zohar is saying that Moses took the clothes from Aaron in front of in the mountain, but even the Creator like made a miracle and everybody was able to see it, right? So let me just finish the story of the Midrash, because yes, they wanted to stone him, and then Moses called for help. He says, Creator, they want to kill me. And then, the Creator took the bed of Aaron and he put it in the air, and everybody saw that Aaron actually left. But okay, so anyway, the Zohar is saying that משום שאהרון היה אהובו של העולם, that the people of Israel loved Aaron more than anyone else more than Moses, more than Miriam, then they loved him more than anyone else. Okay, and the Creator already knew that the people of Israel, they will hate Moses and they will blame Moses for the death of Aaron. Therefore, he asked him to do it in front of everyone. Okay, it was on the mountain, but the Creator made a miracle and they could actually see what's happening on the mountain, right? עד שעלו אל ההר וכל ישראל היו רואים. All Israel saw at the time that Moses took the clothes, and we're talking about the priest clothes, right? From Aaron, and he dressed Elazar, his son. שואל, and he's asking, מה הטעם שמשה פשט את בגדיו? הוא משיב, אלא משה הלבישם את הארון בשעה שעלה לכהונה. Why Moses is the one who took the clothes out of Aaron? Because Moses is the one who dressed Aaron when it was time to be a priest. Okay? And now Moses took away the dress that he gave him. Okay? והקדוש ברוך הוא הסיר ממנו מה שנתן לו. דהיינו נשמתו. Moses gave him the clothes, the physical clothes. He's the one who gave him the clothes of the priest, and he's the one who took the physical clothes. And then it says, Vakadosh Baruch Hu, and the Creator remove the soul, which is the spiritual clothing. Okay? And both of them undressed Aaron from everything. Moshe הסיר את מה שבחוץ, Moses removed everything from the outside, and the Creator removed everything from the inside. וכל עוד שלא הסיר משה, and as long as Moses did not remove the physical clothing, the Creator did not remove the soul of Aaron. Okay, so the Creator was waiting for Moses, and then he says, אשרי חלקו של משה, how lucky Moses is that he could really work so closely with the Creator, and the Creator was so, loved him so much and waited for him to get ready. Okay, so that's from the Zohar about Aaron. Okay, Aaron was a man of chesed, okay, mercy. Therefore, everybody loved him so much, men and women. And it says, by the way, in the Torah that kulam, all of them, men and women, cried for him. When Moses passed away, actually, it says that only the men cried. Anyway. So let's start with the Red Heifer, which is cleansing, right? Cleansing. In the Torah, there is two kind of rules. One is that it's called chok, and one that is called mishpat. Chukim and mishpatim. Rules and sentences, I guess you call it. So then sentences are rules. There are also rules, but they're rules that we can understand. If it says you should respect your mom and dad, makes sense, right? You should not steal. makes sense, right? You should not kill. I don't know, maybe for people it doesn't make sense, but for most of us it makes sense, right? Should not steal, I should not kill. Don't, there's many rules, right? Like don't put a barrier in front of a blind man, or don't take any bribe. You know, there's many rules that it makes sense and we can understand. But the chukim, okay, the mishpatim is the rules that we can understand, and the chukim is rules that, I don't know, we cannot make any sense. One of them is the red heifer, right? We don't understand whatsoever the red heifer. And it says in the Midrash that even King Solomon, King Shlomo, you know, he knew, he was the smartest guy ever lived, right? And he knew so many things. And about the red heifer, he says, Amarti achakma veich rechoka mimeni. Like this rule is so far away from me, I cannot even begin to understand. And this is King Shlomo, you know, that he knew everything that is happening in the world. He knew everything in and out. Even he knew all the rules that came from the Satracha, from the Satan, because he's the one who used to go on an eagle and go back down to the mountain. And I spoke about it a few times. Maybe we'll talk about it again next week in the portion of Balak when we're going to talk about that magic, right? King Solomon, he went to those two angels, Azza and Azael, that please don't say their name, right? And learn everything from the darkness. So he was really the smartest. And when we're talking about smartest, we're not talking about physical brain. I'm talking about divine brain. All right. And he couldn't understand that red heifer. And people, when they read it, okay, red heifer. We all know that it's about purifying. It's about purification and cleanliness. Okay, and the Rav is saying that the whole idea of the red heifer זה כדי להגיע למודעות של הקוונטים שהעתיד נמצא בהווה, is to just understand that there is no limitation and the future is in the present. And we can control, the Rav was big on like, we can gain control over our life, and the Rav is really saying it, you know, and it's in the month of Cancer, the Rav is saying, and in the month of Cancer, we can remove cancer. Even cancer, that people that has cancer now and people that will have cancer in the future, we can remove cancer in this portion. We're in the month of Cancer, and with the power of the red heifer, when we are reading about the red heifer, yes, maybe we don't understand it, okay, but we know that everything that is written in the Torah, even if we don't understand it with our brain, has energy. And the Rav is saying that this is where we bring, you know, this is when we bring the future into the present, basically, and we are really controlling our instinct. What does it mean, controlling our instinct? You know, we all have what we know. The Muda. It's called Muda, the Sfira of Dat. If you ever heard about the Sfira of Dat, it's the 11th, it's 11th Sfira, 11th dimension, but we don't really, it says there's not 9 and not 11, there's only 10. And sorry, if you're gonna ever learn Talmud examination, you're gonna learn more about the Sfira of Dat. But that means to know. And Moses actually achieved the level of that, you know, that he could know things. But the knowing of that is not the knowing, like we said, from the regular brain, it's above, it's to achieve the Keter. Okay? So we have everything, all of us has the things that we know. That we learned spirituality, we learned the Torah, and we know a lot of things. But did it happen to you? And Guilty in Charge, it happens to me a lot, that we talk about the Torah and from the heart, and we really mean it, and you know, we love it, and we believe in it, when we believe in the Creator, and then you get out of home, for example, you go into your car and someone cuts you off, and in an instinct, you're like, what an idiot. You know, someone tells you something that you don't like, and in an instinct, we are fighting back. We feel a little bit not good. We in instinct we're going to do something that will hurt us. Those instinct. This is the thing that the red heifer can heal from us, because those instincts are in our subconscious. So we have the level of conscious, okay, and we have the level of the subconscious, which is under. But in order for us to fix the instinct that are under, we need to go into the Keter and to be above what we know. All right, to connect to something higher that is above our understanding, like the red heifer, right? It's above our understanding. And when we connect to the higher level of our soul, to the Keter, we are able to control those instincts. It's not an easy job, but it's constant reminding, to reminding yourself that beast, it's a beast. And by the way, the Rabbi Chaim Vital is talking about it, I'm also going to talk about it a little bit in the ego workshop, but I think next week, not this week. But the beast soul, you have the body and we have the beast soul and we have the divine soul. But we're constantly in that beast soul that is always reactive. And what the freedom that we want right now, we want to have the freedom of not being reactive. So we have that, and not to say it as a slogan, to really work on it, that we are not reactive to things that is happening to us in life, and we're able to connect to the Sphira of Keter, that we are the one who's in control. We are the one who's going to decide, how am I going to react? Okay, if someone cut us in the road, and we want to say the idiot, if you say idiot after 3 minutes, wonderful, you chose it. But after 3 minutes, you don't need to, because the instinct is gone. All right. We have Cancer. Okay, so we are going to go into the summer solstice. The sun is going to go into Cancer. But we have this week Venus trying Neptune. Okay, and Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. So if Venus is love, all right, Neptune is a higher love. If Venus is abundance or money, Neptune is abundance, in the spiritual work, is spiritual abundance. So Venus and Neptune they have the side that is very, very positive, but also negative. Even to Venus, if you remember, we have the shell of Venus. All right, the shell of Venus. So Venus can be very good, but if we were very attached, and we are not removing that shell that is surrounding, so everything can be very beautiful, but if we're not removing that neediness, that I have to have, then it's very hard to enjoy Venus energy, because we are connected to the shell of Venus. All right, so that Venus and Neptune, they're in trine. Trine again is a positive aspect. It's a positive relationship between the physicality and the divine. All right, Neptune is to go to the level of Keter, is the level of the not knowing, but not the subconscious, the one with the instinct. Because when do we have instinct? I don't like that people doesn't give me my respect, right? So if someone talk to me not nice, my instinct is to get upset, right? That's the instinct. But Neptune is above that instinct. It's about, okay, let me see why it happens to me. Let me connect to the divine. Let me go to the Sphira of Binah and Keter, and that's the energy. So, and Venus is also represent desire. Remember, Venus is desire, is the physical desire. So when she's trying Neptune, it's a beautiful energy to really connect. At least this week, when we're in the portion of Chukat, we have many, many healing. We have the death of Miriam and the death of Aaron, and we have the red heifer, and we have the copper snake that was also built by Moses for healing, because everybody who saw the snake could heal himself. All right, so there's a lot of energy of healing, and Venus is in Cancer, Neptune is in Pisces, so it's in water sign. Okay, that shrine in water sign, And by the way, in a couple of days later, the sun is entering into Cancer, and she is going to trine Jupiter that is in Pisces. And again, Jupiter is also the planet that rules Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. So you see, we have that alignment of Cancer and Pisces together. Pisces can take us to high places. Cancer is usually emotions on the shore, emotions that, yeah, it can be deep emotions, but it's still in the level that you can take them out. If it's already in a Scorpio mode, if it's already in a Scorpio mode, it's already undercurrent, right? And in Pisces, it's completely subconscious. But when it's in Cancer, all right, when it's in Cancer, it's still in a place that we can see it. If we really want to change it, if we really want to elevate it, it's in a place that if we really want to, because that's the game of life, isn't it? Most of the time we don't want to. We don't want to see the chaos, and we don't want to see what's wrong with us because we are protecting ourselves. So when we really want to connect to the truth, by the way, the Zohar says something about the truth. Okay, I'll find it. When we really want to connect, now I'm going to want to know where it is in the Zohar, right? I'll find it. When we really want to connect to our truth, okay, it's available. When we have that trine, it means they're working in harmony. They want to help us. They want to take us deep. Water. Okay, water is healing. We were talking about the well of Miriam is water. So we have that power of healing. Actually, the power of healing, in 2 weeks, we're going to have Pinchas, but the power of healing starts already at the beginning of the month of Cancer. When we have the portion of Chukat, and then the portion of Balak, and then the portion of Pinchas. So we are in a month that we can heal. The energy of healing is very, very available, and you see that the sky is also supporting it. All right, they're supporting it. The sun, trine Jupiter. Sun is where we shine, okay? And because it's in Cancer, the sun in Cancer can bring good emotions, can bring nurturing, can bring love, to really see, how can we be influential in people's life, in people that we love, and maybe in people that we don't love as well. But, it's the sun in Cancer is healing. All right, and she's trying Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter rules Pisces. Now, remember, Pisces and Neptune, both of them, it has a really, really, it feels to me that they don't have center column. It says that the Scorpio doesn't have center column. And that's why they're tough. But, if you really know Pisces, it's literally two fish that swim against one another. So in a way, I never heard it from any astrologer, but I really think that Pisces doesn't have center column at all, because Neptune could be a total divine if a person having the right consciousness, if he's really want to know the truth, he's getting into divine inspiration, a really divine inspiration. But Pisces is also a total denial. It's chaotic. If you know Pisces or past life Pisces in your life, you will see, because Pisces is no control. You see how many things in their life is completely out of control. People with a lot of planets in the 12th house, completely out of control. People suddenly are sick and in a hospital when they lose control, or they're in jail, or they're in a relationship that they cannot get out, or in a situation that there's so many out of control situation. Because we really need to know, it's like we need to choose. Neptune and Pisces, are they going to be great for me because I'm going to grow from it? Or it's a disaster? It's really, I don't find that Pisces has that center column. It can be the best, but really, really, really the best, divine. But it can be the worst, because when we're losing control and we're not, healing, and we're not really It's denial. It's like that's why if you see, unfortunately, a lot of Pisces, or very strong Pisces, I see it in charts all the time, they have some sort of addiction. I mean, we all have some sort of addiction, especially today with internet and phones. It's so easy to be addicted. But why do you think it's happening? I mean, even like, I think 2012, okay, Neptune entered to the sign of Pisces, and we all become addicted. I mean, he's going to be in Pisces for 14 years, right? So 2012, if I'm not mistaken, he entered into the sign of Pisces. So we're already 9 years. We have 5 more years, right? I think 2026, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to go. But again, like, I didn't check it before. I just, on top of my head calculation. So don't catch me on the exact year. But around that time, but why we all become addicted? When 2012 is like when we really started, the phones and iPhones and then we all become addicted to social media. It didn't happen before. And this is all Neptune in Pisces. That's the addiction that we all experiencing right now. Some people more, some people less. But that's the energy of Neptune. Okay, Neptune is Neptune is karma. Neptune is it's either the ultimate amazing or the ultimate chaos. All right. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't plan to talk about it. I just got into that Neptune energy. So when we have that sun trine Jupiter in Pisces, the sun is where we shine, is where we can be, where we can feel safe. And now we can feel safe within that Cancer. We're all afraid from it. Yes, it's a negative sign. It's a negative, not sign, sorry, negative month Kabbalistically, starting the 27th of June. I think the 3 weeks begins. But it's the sun that it's a sign that rules by the moon. It's always in lack. And what is the enemy of light? Is lack. Every time that we come from lack, we draw chaos. So when we have that sun trine Jupiter in Pisces, and when we have Venus trine Neptune in Pisces, it's a beautiful. It's all combination of positive planets. So we can heal. We can really heal, but if we want to. Because if we choose to be in denial, here you go. That trine, even though it's a good aspect, it will help you. Whatever you want to do, it will help you because trine is helping you. So if you want to be in denial, you'll be helped to be in denial, and you will build some more, not you, all of us, and we will build some more layers of lying to ourselves, deception. That's Pisces. Okay? So the universe has given it to us. Give us the energy of healing. Let's use it for the sake of healing. Okay? And not deny. Let's be brave. Be brave to see, what are we missing? So we were able to, to come from a place, not missing, lacking, but like, where do we want to achieve even in our spiritual goal? Okay?